Johnny, can you sense a real buzz around the place after the other night, particularly, of course, with a big, important League Two game ahead of us this weekend?
Yeah, real excitement around the place at the minute. Obviously, we're on the back of a really good night for the football club, getting through to the third round of the FA Cup in front of the TV cameras, and really top performance from the boys that night. So, winning breeds that that excitement, and that's 5 on the bounce now at home. So with a big game coming on Saturday. Back at home, we want to make that 6, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
We're down here at the training ground, and of course after the other night against Ramsgate, our guest summarising there of course was Anthony Wordsworth, and he was saying you notice the difference when you switch from league to non-league football level.
Yeah, of course, and I think that did show on the day. Listen, we was expected to win that game. Of course we was. We've got better players. We're full time, we're fitter. I think that started to show it in the game, but we said it in the build-up to it. If you're not right mentally, you don't approach the game with the right mentality, and you think it's a foregone conclusion, you can come unstuck in those games. So I think the way that my team approached it, my players were so professional on the night, started both halves really well, and got the job done. And then as the game went on, obviously the difference in quality and the difference in the fitness levels, because they are non-league, they're not training every day like we are, and they're going to work and then having to go training sort of twice a week, and after work, that's going to show at some stage if you do it right, and we certainly got it right on the night.
And of course, really good show for ourselves on national television as well. And one last touch as well was good to see yourself, Anthony, and Mehdi Alito of Ramsgate back together again, because he was telling me they lived together for about 4 years in digs at Colchester.
Yeah. So Woody and Mehdi were big pals back at Colchester. And it was only in the build-up to the Ramsgate game that I realised that Mehdi was still there and still playing. I didn't realise he was still playing. So great to see him. Always nice to see Woody. Obviously, I played with him many years ago, and he's got a big affiliation with this club, and our lads play football together, so we've stayed in touch, and we're good friends. It's always nice to have him down there offering his support, and obviously his insight helping you out on the comms.
Absolutely. So look, moving on to of course Saturday, Swindon Town. They're in really good form. Of course they ended Mansfield Town's unbeaten run recently. Yeah,
they're a good side. Listen, they're on good form. They've had a couple of back-to-back wins with high scoring wins as well, scoring goals. So are we. It's got the makings of an exciting game, and I think that's the way that they like to play. They want it to be quite open. They want to play expansive football, and they certainly know where the goal is. They've let a few in at the other end as well, but that's the nature, and that's probably the payoff of the way that they want to go about it. So we have to be right on our guard. It's going to have to be a real good, solid defensive performance, but we always feel, and we always tell the lads that we feel like we attack. The better that we defend, it gives us a good platform to go and attack as well. So for us, the two things go hand in hand. There's no reason we feel like we can't score a lot of goals, which we've been doing, and also keep them out the other end. So it's got the makings of an open attacking game, but we want to come out the right side of that at home, of course.
Yes. Right, Josh.
Team news, I barely need to ask you these days, but everybody's still available for selection.
Yeah. I mean, selection headaches, obviously. We speak about it a lot at the minute, don't we? That a lot of competition for places. Made a couple of changes the other night, and the lads that came in done really well. The lads who came on done really well. So it's getting harder and harder, to be honest. But I think we're in a position now with everyone training and everyone fit and firing that I like to feel that I could put any 11 out there and it'll be able to compete. Obviously there's lads in the team that are doing well, that keep their shirt. That's the nature of it, and what I've said is to all the group, we are now going into probably the hardest period of games that I've perhaps seen in certainly in my management career. I've never seen a schedule like it really. We're going to be every 3 days, so it's impossible that the same 11's going to get picked every week, and the same it's just not going to work like that. We are going to need everyone, and that's the truth. Sometimes there's sound bites to try and keep the squad motivated and things like that, but I think it's so true at the minute that we are going to need literally everyone involved. We've got a Papa John's game, we've got league games, we've got FA Cup games, so we're fighting on a lot of fronts as well, which is a great thing. We've taken every competition seriously. The cups we've tried to get through, what that means is more fixtures are coming down the road, and we don't apologise for that. We welcome it, but it means that this is why we put this sort of squad together. This is really going to get tested in December, in January. Hopefully we can stay in them cups and go even further, which means more games, which means more opportunity for more players. So it's an exciting time, but we're definitely going to have to use our squad wisely.
Joe Lewis and Armani Little not out there today. Were they working in the gym?
Yeah, just I think the workload. That the amount of games that Joe's played pretty much every minute of every game, and Armani, since he's come back from injury, pretty much the same. And some of the numbers that they've been posting, certainly in Miles' case, some of the numbers he's been posting just means that we look at certain days where we can look after, just come off the lads just to make sure that their recovery is optimum. We're sat here sort of Thursday afternoon, and we're not gonna win 3 points today. We're gonna win 3 points on Saturday. So a lot of the work at this stage of the season becomes about recovery as well, and looking after the players that we feel we need to. So that's just a case of just protecting those two.
Paris Locke is back with the group. What's the thinking on that?
Yeah, just we looked at his loan. We're going to recall Paris from loan. He got some good games down there. The manager's just left the club. It's a little bit of a mess behind the scenes down there. So after speaking with the lad, we just felt more comfortable. We all felt more comfortable. The boy was involved in the decision as well, bringing him back to us, getting him back involved. It's good for him as well. He's had that exposure, but we get him back with us and just keeping him around it, so he sees how we're evolving and what's required. Should he come back to us at any stage, and then we'll reassess that in a few weeks' time. Like I say, with the amount of games, he might find himself that he's involved and we need him. If that's not the case, we'll look at another loan for him. But getting him a club where we really feel it's going to benefit him in the second half of the season.
There is actually one young professional out there doing the hard yards at the moment on the way back from injury, and that's young Josh Hallard.
Yeah.
He's getting through a lot of work out there. You're hopeful of seeing him perhaps out on loan before the end of the season? Yeah,
that's the plan with Josh. We really want to get him out on loan, and what we need to do is we need to get him fit and we need to keep him fit, because he's had such a tough time of it with injuries. Every time we feel like he's over one and he's starting to get back in the group, and I'm starting to get an idea, like get eyes on him and see what he's about. I haven't seen him play much football. I've seen him train, but it's been so difficult with him with the injuries that he's had. And I know he's really well thought of, and he was starting to look good in training just before this latest injury. So it's important for him that he gets his body right. We need to, because he's had a few serious ones now, and that's a concern for someone at his age, that we need to get him over those. We need to get his body right, and then obviously we need to build up a bulk of training and find the right loan for him. So that would be the plan for Josh, to get him out before the season's over, get him playing senior football at a decent level and see how he handles that, and then obviously see where we go from there.
Final word about this weekend to the supporters: put the Christmas shopping on hold, get yourself down to Plough Lane. Should be a cracker. Yeah, they've got plenty of time to go shopping, and there's still a couple of weeks to go. So hopefully we can get a bumper crowd down there. We've got a really good game to look forward to. We're in great form at home, like I say. We won 5 on the bounce. Can we try and make it 6? We'll need that support. We'll need that help, and obviously we've got the big sleep out after the game as well. So if we can get the 3 points, I think it might make us all feel a little bit warmer when we're sleeping on the terraces. But just a word for that, we're excited for that too, and obviously for a great charity, D-Lag, and the stuff they do in the community. So we're all looking forward to supporting that too.